All models need bases. No matter how you look at it, they're all going to need a base. And a good base can make or break your model. This is Groundeffected. My name is your dad, and welcome to continuing to paint even after your wife asks you to take the trash out 3 times. In this video, I want to show you how I made the base that I made in the last video, but I want to paint it better and show you how I do that. Before we get into it, make sure to click like, click subscribe, leave some words in the little box that YouTube gives you to leave some words in, and let's just get started. So the thing with making bases, you need something to make the base with. Obviously you need your little circular thing, which is the base, and then you need to put some stuff on top of that. The best thing I can say is just look around your house, look for stuff that you can stick on there, stuff that can break up. Something that's really good for this is cork. When you break it, it makes these really cool cracky, rocky kind of effect, especially at small scale like this. It can make the best kind of rock base you'll ever make in your life. For this base, I wanted to make something a little bit out of this world, maybe a little bit more fantasy-like. So after sticking down the cork, what I'm going to use is PVA glue. I'm going to mix water with the PVA glue to make it a bit thinner, and in order to make it actually flow, I'm going to use alcohol spray. You can see how the PVA instantly thins and immediately like spreads all over the top of the base once you spray alcohol over the top of it. I'm going to use bigger rocks now, and I'm going to place them around just to give a bit more texture to this, and then I'm going to sprinkle some sand over the top of that. While I'm doing this, I'm going to add a little bit more PVA glue, and I'm going to keep spraying it with the alcohol spray. This is just going to help to break up the surface tension and make sure that that PVA glue permeates perfectly in between the little particles of sand and rock and dust and crap that I'm throwing all over the top of this base. Yes, you just need to throw crap at the base. If you put a lot of stuff on it and you kind of just sprinkle more sand, add a little bit more stuff, some more sand, eventually it will look like some kind of rock base, and this is pretty much my approach to most things. What you will notice is that I will put the model down and mark off where he's going to be. Obviously this does help you so that you're not going to try to stick your model down to a rock later. That's not going to be easy. But without more rambling, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing now, and that is I'm painting this technical paint on the top of this base. In this case, probably didn't need to be technical paint, but I had it laying around and I decided to use it. I then need to give a bit of highlight to that paint. Now some would probably call this a slap chop technique, but I don't like to use those kind of words because it's not. It's just painting my moodle, and basically I'm just going to make a little bit of a slightly not so darker color over the top of the darker color that I had originally put down, leaving black in the recesses, giving me a whole load of contrast and highlights and all sorts of things. I'm going to take a much lighter, like a white or something, and I'm going to highlight just the edges. All of this is just dry brushing. Literally a toddler can do this part. As long as you just shake your hand like you're a freaking crazy person, it will make it look like dry brushing. It's magic. Honest to God, it's the easiest technique you can do. I'm then going to find a load of little tufts, and realistically I'm going to paint them, so you're probably not going to see the colors too much, but using different colors does help to create a little bit more interest in your piece. One thing that I found by watching a video, I cannot remember the dude's name, but the best thing you can do when you put tufts down is to put a wash in the center of them. It takes a bit of fiddling. You have to poke at it like really a lot, and it gets really annoying a little bit because the paint just doesn't want to go in. But poke at them, stick that friggin' wash in them, and it'll make them look so much better. Now I'm going for a really bright, colorful, vibrant base, and the piece of robot man that I'm putting on top is going to be mostly red as his main color of his armor. So I wanted to contrast this with a bit of green. It probably is going to look like Christmas, but we will just go with it and see what happens. I'm going to use technical paint over the top of all of this, and this is just going to make it look super glowy and really out of this world, and definitely not human, but maybe human. I don't know. Maybe it looks like a swamp. I'm not really sure. I don't do these Warhammers things. All I know is that I like to throw colors at these plastic pieces of crack, and it looks nice. Makes me feel happy inside, and this is probably why most people do it too. I'm going to use a fluorescent pink, and I'm going to spray that into the shadows. This is to create a little bit more contrast between the colors. I'm going to take a little bit of white at the end, and I'm just going to highlight the tips. In hindsight, I might have used the yellow for this. Maybe I like a whitish yellow, but the white worked pretty well. I also added this extra little tuft because I felt like it needed just a little bit more color, and it didn't need to be painted. Once you've done all of this, the most important thing you can do for any base is to paint the rim. If you don't paint the rim of your base, then just collect it right now, throw it in the trash. But if you have painted your base, that is when you can call your model done. Hopefully you managed to take something out of this video that will help you create maybe an even better base than I did. And if it does, make sure to leave a like, share the video with your gran, and of course we're now at the part of the video where I need to say a super special thank you to my patrons for supporting me even further than watching the videos, and for that I'm super grateful. The new patrons we got this week are Fox, Chop Suey Stewie, and Jerome Cunningham. I've probably ruined that one, and if I did, then I'll say Jeremy just in case. But I must say super special thank you, dudes, for blinding my eyeballs with your support. I've got a lot of cool new things coming up in the works. For the moment, I'm squeezing in a couple of videos, so I'm going to make sure that there will be more printing stuff soon. Something's going to be super big, super cool. I can't wait to share it with you, dudes. Make sure you've left some words, because the words help Uncle Algie to know that we're trying to take over the YouTubes. Thank you for watching my videos, and if you didn't like anything you saw, then please just cough. Now I'm gonna go open this massive box that I got while everybody wonders what it is inside it.